smile on your face. All the time they plotting on you. That's what you call two-face right there. Beware them two-faced snakes. Yeah.
It's crazy how the money change up loyalty and friendships. Them same ones you was riding with be the main ones you can't slide with. Now that you've evolved into the best version of yourself and you've accumulated your wealth and you out here enjoying your good health, they wanna crack into your face cause they can't eat off your plate. So they plot on how to take it from you instead of just being happy for you. That's exactly why you're stagnant, praying on my downfall. But when them bills get past due, who the one you still call? So no, I ain't got it.
I'm just trying to find my way. It gets harder every day not to go insane. When they smiling in my face and every time I turn my back they plotting on my plate. I'm just trying to find my way. It gets harder every day not to go insane. When they smiling in my face and every time I turn my back they plotting on my plate.
Listen, you ain't never been a real friend to me, but it's cool, cause I got relatives that I don't even consider kin to me. Y'all slither like them snakes do, spitting that poison on my name, lying in the same breath, and it's a shame, but I'ma pray for you. Now I'm only rocking with the ones that keep it solid though, the ones that's on that messy-ish. I don't even acknowledge y'all. See, I'ma break this generational curse though if it kill me. Put my sons in position of opportunity, cause they gon' carry my legacy. Show them everything God didn't see, teach them hard work and consistency, how to brand their own damn entity and adapt to any given industry. Focus on your credit score, stay true to the moral code, and don't be expecting blessings if you ain't been on your hustle though.
I'm just trying to find my way. It gets harder every day not to go insane. When they smiling in my face and every time I turn my back they plotting on my plate. I'm just trying to find my way. It gets harder every day not to go insane. When they smiling in my face and every time I turn my back they plotting on my plate.
That's how you start up a show. Peace and blessings. Welcome to another episode of Doing Out Radio. Please pronounce the poem. This is your host. Now this one line in video y'all just saw was the reason I was like, ma'am, interview. I was vibing, I was grooving, and I was learning, and I was amening, and I'm like, heck yeah. You understand what I'm saying? When you go through transitions in your life, you see who is in your corner and who ain't.
Right.
So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some to others. One of the most versatile artists I've heard in a long time. You never know what you're gonna get. I'm telling you, you go from one song to the next song, you laughing, you crying, you ready to pull out your pistol, you ready to go pray. It's a multitude in the myriad of experiences with the mind of this multi-talented artist. Yay Area's own, Pacific Northwest own, known all over the world, the phenomenal, multi-talented Miss Kash. Welcome to the platform. How you feeling?
Thank you. Hi, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're undeniable West Coast legend. The world is blessed by your presence, by your story, and by your elevation. So,
thank you so much.
Yes. Why you make my heart feel like that? Like why you make like your fans, your supporters, the people who rock with you, like what's the story about? Like it's so hard, like you feel every single word. You like, yo, like, oh man, you understand what I'm saying? So it's like where does the heartfelt story come from you? Why do you speak to us so freely from your heart?
That's just me. Like if I'm going to be doing this thing, I have to be real, I have to be authentic, and it has to have soul with it. Like everything is just so watered down and you don't get like a lot of true emotions, or everybody's following trends. So I just wanted to come from not just my experiences, but a place of like true feeling, like what I really feel in that moment. So I'm glad I'm able to relay that,
Yes, yes. From the mind to the heart to the people. I'm telling you, it's amazing. So let's
Thank
go
you.
through your writing journey.
Hmm.
We know that there was a multitude of things before you picked up the pen in this fashion. You were writing plays, scripts, books,
Poetry.
all kinds of poetry, like everything in the world. So, your earliest recollection of writing and what's the story about behind you writing, and what stories did you want to tell then versus the stories that you're telling now?
Oh man, before I think when I was just writing like stories or poetry, I always wanted to just go somewhere else that didn't necessarily have to be real, but just take you somewhere else. But when it came to music, it was like, this is my story. This is my therapy. This is what I'm feeling, my creativity, my everything. So that's why you get the serious me, but then when I go off on a creative rant, it's like me challenging myself. It's the challenge for me, and then that release of not being so heavy in the moment. So writing, that was just more of, telling a story. Poetry, okay, how crafty can I get? How far can I push boundaries? How exotic could it be? Or how, just writing. But music is like, I would say, way different from just writing plays, scripts, stories. This is my book right here. So, yeah.
So, musical influences, I understand you come from a musical family
Hmm.
somewhat. So, those musical
Yeah.
influences and music overall, and then the hip hop legacy. You in a you from an area where they have a culture. You understand what I'm saying? You come from an area
Yeah.
that's very cultured to from that cultural space and then the musicality space and then
Hmm.
finding the sound and then from the state that popularized G Funk, and
Hmm.
then to, you know, street knowledge, revolutionary G Funk, all of the myriads of the music space with the
Yeah.
I'm very interested in to see this vast array of musical influence.
Now, see, coming from the soil, Oakland, you get hit with, you have consciousness, you have hood, you have soul, you have all these things, and that's embedded in me. So that's the thing that I try to stay true to. Like, that I'm gonna encourage or inspire, but you also know, not don't come at me, don't play with me. You're gonna know that for sure, and it's gonna be felt. But the thing about growing up in a place so diverse, like, it sticks with you and it challenges you to still tell those same stories, but make it relatable, make it creative, make it something people can understand without just coming at them like, or, whatever the case is. So that's been a challenge too. And then not be too, you know, not too hood, a little bit classy, a little bit, everything, just mix it all in together. And that's what you get. Kind of thing. So I love it though. I love being able to be all sides of the coin. Like, it's not just one sound when you come over here. It's not just one look. It's all of that, because that's what I'm used to. That's what I grew up as, being all of that. Yeah, you can be square, but you better have some street smarts. You better, you know what I'm saying? Survival tactics.
That's real, definitely. So I recall a defining moment when you said you met Queen Latifah as a teenager. Could you tell us a little bit about that, and then
Oh my God.
deciding your direction henceforth to become the artist that you are now?
I went to it was kind of like a woman's expo back in the day. It was Latifah, Brandy, like all the who's who in that era. So one of my teachers, she got us backstage. So I'm close. I'm like, oh my God, am I really gonna meet them? This is like crazy. This is crazy. So I get closer, and she's all, cool. Hey, young lady, what's your name? Tell me. Da, da, da. Well, what you like doing? I was like, well, I like music, but I'm shy. I want to be an artist. And she's like, spit something. So I spit my little, you know, ABC rhyme. And she's like, if you love it and you feel passionate about it, that's what you're supposed to be doing. And I thought about it. I'm like, am I passionate about music? I'm always listening to music. I'm always writing music. Like, yeah, this might be a thing. And she's like, you have to stay true to it. Stay true to yourself. Don't let anybody else tell you what you should be. Be you. And that always stuck with me. Like every time I would meet like managers or A&R throughout the years, and it's like, well, what's your style? What's your gimmick? What are you? I'm me. It's just me. Like there is no gimmick. It's just me. Like that always stuck with me. And I just like, I think back to that and I look at her. She didn't stay in a box. Oh, she's singing, she's acting, she's producing, you can do it all. You don't have to stay in that box. So I was glad that I met her in that moment because I don't know if you know or not, but teenage years, you depressed, you going through all kinds of things between that one moment and then having the high school drama teacher I had. Oh my God. That got me through some stuff. Yeah. Kept me going.
I love that. I love that. So Latifah's on the list. I know you get
Definitely.
bored with the list and all kinds of stuff. Just from a hip hop perspective, who were you drawn to? In as an artist on what level, whatever level.
Artistry wise, I would say Lauryn Hill, of course, Missy Elliott. Um, I like Jada Kiss and Andre 3000 too. Like their voices, their flow, their just style of music is just like amazing to me. But Missy, I think, is the one for me. Between Missy and Lauren, I get torn because they're both so creative. So
You heard her shout out them Geminis, right? You understand? That's what shout out to him. She named 4 artists, but 3 of them was Gemini. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So when you think about creativity,
mm-hmm.
think Gemini. And that's a great honor because she's born on the same day as Muhammad Ali. You understand? So they don't just be giving out compliments. All right, you got to really be silent to get a compliment from the greatest of all time. Okay, that's what I said. That's who she is. You understand? Muhammad Ali and her born on the same day. They both was the greatest of all time. That's all I'm saying. That's all it takes. Okay?
Man.
Okay. So definitely that's a very creative, artistic lens, and Missy is brilliant, and she got some
Mm-hmm.
age in reverse thing going on where she looks
Yeah.
17. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
Like
crazy.
that beautiful nature when you take care of yourself and you find those ways to
Mm-hmm.
be as close as you can to the limelight, but not in it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then you pop out and do what you need to do. Like she masterfully done that over all
Yeah.
these years. So I think that was very epic. And she is super duper 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 talented. So I could
Yes.
see that creativity and brilliance. And you akin to her in the expect the unexpected because you ain't never know what you was gonna get from Missy either. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So I definitely excuse me. She might sing to you, she might out rap you, she might out dance you, all of that stuff,
Right.
all in it, and she might just say he how. That was 60,000 to get that on your track. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that versatility
Oh
is
my
epic,
God.
epic, epic. So you have a very powerful story of resilience. I
Mm-hmm.
want to go there for a moment. I don't want to stay there because you have resilience and redemption, if I can use those 2
Yeah.
words. You have a story of resilience and a story of redemption. So for those who might be in a period where they're trying to find their way out of a difficult situation, with
Mm-hmm.
some insight that helped you through the process that you lived through. Most folks they give up, they
Right.
transition, whatever the case may be, and or they just stay stuck. So, what kind of insight that you can provide for the people who might be in that space?
I think that because I call it being in a storm. And I feel like when you're in the storm, like you have a vision of what you picture your life to be like, or when you come out of this is what you want. So I would say, like, when I was in the storm, I just held on to, it's not going to always be like this. I got to get through this to get to that. But do I believe it enough to know that it's going to happen? So I kept feeling like this feeling in the inside, like this pit in my stomach, like, man, you going through this right now, but God got it. It's going to work out. Like, it's going to work out. You didn't come this far just to come this far. So I think when you hold on to the vision that you have, your vision ain't for everybody to see. The plans that you have for your life, the anointing that God has over your life, that's not meant for nobody else to see. You got to feel that, know that, claim that, and walk by faith. So in those dark moments, it was a matter of, you say walk by faith, but are you really going to walk by faith? Are you really going to push through this? Are you really trying to get there? So you have to endure everything that comes along with it. Nobody said it was going to be easy. So what do you expect? That's how people have these testimonies of what they've gone through to get to where they are. It's very rare that you see some overnight success. And if you do, it's gone in a twinkling of an eye because they haven't gone through anything to make them hold on to that or appreciate that. So when you're going through those storms, you got to remember it's temporary. The sun got to shine. Like, you're going to get through it. So hold on to that and walk by faith. That's my biggest advice.
I see she got them bars now. She speaks too, so get it, okay? Get it. The decision in this case to, one, trust your decisions again,
Mm-hmm.
to trust you again, to trust someone outside of yourself again, a man in your life, all of these aspects. How did you find a way after all of the hardship, after all of the to make the decision, because musically I hear all
Mm-hmm.
of it in the music. You understand? Like
Yeah.
you ain't spend no expense in the music in regards to the things that you went through and the thought processes associated with it. So how did you forgive yourself, learn to trust yourself again, and then work your way back to the space to where you could open yourself up to trust another?
To trusting. Did you say somebody else or?
Yeah.
Whew. It was a journey of finding me first. Like, you get caught up. Yeah, you're raising the kids, you're working, you're doing this, you're doing that. But who am I as a woman? Like, you have to really know yourself before I feel like you can be this artist or this person that people potentially look up to or all these things. Like, who am I? Am I confident in myself enough to relay these stories? Like, am I comfortable enough to tell these stories? Like, so finding myself as a woman, becoming a better mother, a better person, overall, it all benefited me as an artist because now whatever I talk about, you can't tell me not to say this. You can't just, it's nothing anybody can say. When I first started in music, there was a lot of scrutiny. There's always people talking, but it affects you when you're not in a good place. Now it just rolls off like water. Somebody got something negative to say, that's them. That's them over there. I don't have time for it. Before, I would want to address things. What? Did it typing, da, 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 da. I don't do that anymore. There's no reason to do that because I know myself as a woman, a person. I know what my real life is like outside of social media. I don't need that energy. So there's nothing you can say or do to shake that. So I think all of it was an experience that molded me into, like, I guess you could say the artist that I am because I had to be that person first. I don't want to give, like I said, there's never been a gimmick. There's never been nothing to sell. It's just me. So you're really getting that now. It's just me. Everything you see, everything you hear is just me. That's how I am on social media, off social media. Might have on some tennis shoes, might have on some heels, might be feeling like F everybody today. I might want to give everybody a hug the next day. I don't know. Like, it's just me. So I think all those experiences just kind of shape the confidence level that I have now. And me being the woman I am, standing on it, standing in my truth, standing on everything.
love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that 1000%. So, in the storm that you described, you weren't going through the storm alone. You were going through the storm responsible for two young people.
Yes.
So, what was that like? And did y'all ever have a sit down and kind of go through the process? Like, hey, what's going on? And if so, when they expressed themselves, where did it put y'all in that space that y'all was in?
I'm glad you asked me that because a lot of people think either, well, from what I saw, like either your kid fully knows what's going on or they don't know at all. So for me, when we first moved to Seattle, like we were in a shelter. My kids didn't really know that. They just thought that we moved to Seattle, we're in this apartment, you know. It wasn't until their teenage years that they knew that was a shelter back then. What I explained to them was like, hey, you know, we're a team. We have each other. I need you guys to go to school, get good grades. Like, that's your job on this team. And for me, I have to go to work. So I can't be getting calls from the school. You know, everybody has to do their part on the team. And I kind of explained it that way to them when they were really small. So as time went on and they saw like, I'm changing jobs or I'm taking on another job, it's like, okay, we're getting stable. You know, you guys want things, you want to be able to buy things and go places. So I have to work a little more. And then when I felt like they were old enough to understand, then I started explaining because I don't think any child should be robbed of their childhood. I didn't want that for them. I didn't want them stressing and worrying like what's going on. That's not yours to deal with. That's mine. So I always kept them, you know, happy, worry free. And then I explained, hey, this was our story. This is how this happened. That's what that was. And they were like, what? It didn't even seem like it. Like kids don't know unless you're telling them, just like they don't know if they have on Jordans or Walmart shoes unless you're telling them. So I always wanted them to be in a happy place and not stressed, even though I was stressed out and crying, you know, but I kept that away from them. I hope I'm answering the question because I feel like, you know, once I get into those moments, it could go anywhere when you're like reliving it. So,
Yeah, I mean, you definitely are. You see what I'm saying? You definitely are. This is your story, and only you can tell it in a way. So you there, and this heart to heart, this face to face. The beautiful thing about it is they didn't even recognize it. That's a beautiful thing because the scarification becomes real. You grew up in an environment that you did know those things. You were
hmm,
aware of what was going on. You see what I'm saying? You said you
yeah,
could be a square, but you better have some street smarts. That's
yeah.
from real life. You understand what I'm saying? That's from real life. So the things that you wanted to provide in regards to your children, you wanted them to have a carefree, happy life. So you did what was necessary in that space. So you still was able to do those things. And how did you compartmentalize what you were going through and still be able to provide for them?
Oh, I had therapy like I think every other week I was seeing a therapist just to be able to vent and tell the adult side of things because, like I said, I didn't know anybody in Seattle. I didn't have friends. I didn't have anything. It was me and God, like prayer and therapy. That's my only way to vent. So then when I started meeting people like in a musical circle, it felt good to start like getting back into something that I loved because it wasn't just work, 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 worry about the kids. So then I had that additional outlet. And then eventually, like the more I moved forward, I noticed that, you know, God started placing people in my life for different reasons. Like, okay, so now you have somebody to go to shows with. Now you have like a manager. Now you have like this circle, this group of people that want to see you do well, that are supportive, and things just started falling into place. Like as I kept moving forward, but I had to keep reminding myself not to stay in those dark places. And you see the progress. Sometimes you got to look back and say, hey, I ain't where I want to be yet, but I'm not back there no more. Like things are happening. So just keep moving forward.
So was you in the Central District up there in Seattle?
I think that's what it was. We were like on almost near 23rd, I think in
Mhm.
Jackson or Cherry or somewhere right there. Yeah. Then we moved to Federal Way. So
Okay. Bougie. All right.
uh-uh.
Okay. Okay. All right. No, Seattle was very high, very expensive. So if you could have found any other
Yeah,
place to be living other than that, you was doing good.
exactly.
You was doing good. Yeah. Yeah. I was up there for about 7 years. Too long.
Oh really?
Yeah. Tacoma
Oh.
and the surrounding areas up there.
Hmm.
So you might have found some folks that from the Bay, from Oakland, from Frisco. Like you probably found a bunch of people
From
that
different
got
places.
roots. Yeah, that got
Hmm.
roots up there because it's so close. So you're up in Seattle and the surrounding areas, the Pacific Northwest, right? Raining 85 months out the year, a little bit of sunshine, all of that. So you're there, you're building community there, and then you go back to Frisco, you go back to Cali.
Oakland.
What's
Yeah.
that like? Yeah, what's that like? Frisco, Oakland. Again, you had one set of eyes when you left. You got a different set of eyes. You in a different space of being. You got your whole arm on, and you going
Yeah.
back into, what was that like?
It was before it was more of me. It started out as me missing home. So I would make sure I always take the kids, see family, got to see my dad and cousins and all these things. But every time we would go back, it was hard watching everything just like go downhill. Like, I mean, Oakland is not what it was when I left. And it's like scary going back there now. Like, you feel so out of place and everything is like just grimier than when you left it. It's like, how do you even stay here? And I'm not judging anybody or anything like that, but it's just like for me, if I wouldn't have left, it always puts that fear back in me, like what could have happened to my kids, like seeing where we used to live or people we used to know or places we used to go, and it's just like homeless like everywhere, like blocks and blocks and blocks, and then trash and all these different things. Then when we come back here, like I had to get used to things like stuff being quiet. Like I don't hear a helicopter all the time, or I don't hear side shows or loud music. Like I didn't know how much PTSD I had from just living somewhere. You don't realize it till you go out of that environment and experience something else, how traumatizing it is. So when the kids saw it, they're like, oh man, they hear gunshots and all this. That's all the time there. So here, when we hear something like that, it's like, oh, what happened? We got to turn on the news. Like, it's a big deal. That should not be a normal life for anybody, where it just rolls off you like nothing. Like you're not alarmed, you're not bothered by it. So it was just the feeling of being out of place. Like, and then our visits started being less and less. And I mean, I haven't been back since what, August last year, but we were going like multiple times a year before. Now it's just like, I don't know. They be bipping everybody. Ain't nobody off limits, honey. You gotta, child. I don't know. Even you taking an Uber, they will bip the Uber. So what? I don't know, but it's different. It's real different. I don't know when I'm going back.
So
I love
music
my
was
city
in.
though. Don't get it twisted. I don't want nobody taking that part of this interview and making it some. I love my city, but y'all got to get y'all together, okay?
That's real. That's real talk. They need to know it. They need to know it. So music was in the background the entire time, regardless to adversity. So what was the decision like, or what was the circumstances like that brought you back to music and had you out there recording, doing shows, melting microphones, ripping up stages and all that, and growing your organic following, quote unquote, or fan base,
Well, before I
one iteration
left,
at a time.
before I left California, I felt like I was like right at a level of the next step would be mainstream. Like I had done like a lot of work, and then to up and leave, it's like, okay, well, for me, authentic followers or supporters or whatever come from genuinely liking your music. I can go into an open mic, nobody with me. I don't need nobody hype me up. Either you're gonna like this music or you're not. So I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, let me find an open mic, perform, because then I'll see who promoting it, what other artists are there, any produce, like all these things will be in one place. So I went, performed, a couple of my songs that were popping in Cali. Soon as I'm coming off the stage, I'm like swarmed by people like, oh my God, that was so, oh my God, like, what's your info? I need your number. We got this show coming up, blah, 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 blah. Oh, let me buy you a drink. All these people, it started from there. I was booked for a show like right away. Another artist wanted me to go to a studio, just so happened to be an established artist figure in Seattle. Like all the things just started falling into place. So I'm like, okay, now I can continue this music journey. I kind of got to start from scratch, but I'm okay with that. It gives me more time. Let's just do it. So the thing was raising kids, no family, no friends. Like, how you gonna do that? You can't go full throttle if you want to be a full-time parent. So it was kind of on the back burner for a while, just kind of a filler. When I can do it. If I can't, then hey, my kids are the priority.
How did it feel though for you coming back to doing what you love? From taking care of who you love to coming back and doing what you love.
Now I feel like everything is full circle because I didn't put anything before them. I didn't want to miss like games or graduations or important moments. I don't want anybody giving me secondhand info. So I feel like I got the best of both worlds. I was able to be the best mom I can be. And now that they're finding themselves and chasing their dreams, it's like we're all on one accord and everything is coming full circle at the same time. Like God just pressed pause, like, no, this ain't the end of nothing. I just need you to take care of them and do this. And then we're going to come back to this and go where it need to be. So that's what I'm feeling like now. Everything is full circle. It's go mode, all gas, no brakes.
So tell us the story of these viral moments. The video that I played went super viral. It was crazy.
It
It's
keeps
catching
going.
people's ears. It continues to go. It's something from the heart, something from the soul, and something from the reality that many folks will live in. So I know you got a backstory behind that.
Yeah, with Two Face, like it keeps like research. Like right now, I'm in a Two Face moment. Even though I'm about to drop a new single, about to drop an album, I'm back on Two Face because people keep discovering it, and then they're like these groups and groups of people that keep coming. Like, oh my God, this is like the best. So I'm like, do I keep pushing this song? Like every maybe 3-4 months, the song just starts doing like ridiculous streams. And I'm just like, okay, we back on Two Faced again. What do I do? What do I do? So then I find myself posting it again and like doing interviews or whatever. And I'm still stuck on Two Face, even though it came out, what, year before last? Like, and I think it's just one of those songs that is so relatable. And the more that goes on like in society with the scammers and all this stuff, like, and betrayal, like it's so real that people are just like, this is what I need right now. Like, oh my God, this is the song for me. So I'm like, okay, well, we just gonna roll with it, because if I drop something else, Two Face gonna pop up again. Then if it ain't Two Face, it's Queen Kong. Oh my God, this is so creative. This is, oh. So that's the joys of being an independent artist, because you can move at your own pace and just roll with it. A label right now would be like, no, we're dropping an album, we're doing this, we're off that, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just rolling with it. Like, you know what? This is what the music is for in the first place. To relate. So
Yeah. And Two-Face and Queen Kong, it's like you never know what you're gonna
Two
get. So
different
literally,
people.
like it's right. So what's the Queen Kong backstory? 'Cause that one goes He's so,
Man, shout out to Mike D on the beat. When I tell you I heard that beat, I'm like, okay, give me this beat right now. Give me this beat right now. I go home, the whole time in the car, I'm like, and I'm coming up with the cadence of the song. I get home, put some words with it. I'm like, okay, I got the hook. So like 2 days later, I record the hook. When I have hooks stuck in my head, it's hard for me to like come up with the verse because I feel like it's so integral that I got to get it out and put it somewhere so that I can focus on something else. Recorded the hook like 2 days later, sat with the beat. I kid you not. Would you guess how long I had that song?
come on.
I recorded that hook in, I think, 2021. No, 2020, because COVID happened. So we were like out of the studio, all these things. So I'm like, okay, I'll let it just sit because I got to cook it up. This has to be wild the way that I'm hearing it in my head. When I got back to it, I'm like, okay, never wrote a word to either of the verses, freestyle the whole song. I just kept saying it over and over in the car. Okay, my pull up, slapping. Okay, I want that to be like that. Okay, then I need this other character. Then I'm gonna bring this voice. I'm like, this gotta be big. Like I'm talking ridiculous. Every voice on that song is me. Whether it's chopped and screwed, whether it's the harmonies in the back, when you really break it down, every single voice on there is me. So people are laughing when I tell them, I like, that's like 27 people. Yeah. But that's what creativity is like. Don't tell me I'm not versatile. Don't tell me I can't do this, can't do. I'm gonna do it all on one song. How about that? Oh my God. So that just keeps coming back in Two-Face. Like, oh Lord.
I mean, when you make an imprint, you make an imprint. When you make an impact, you make an impact. I mean,
What did you
these
think when you heard it?
I was bopping, I was going crazy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm there. I'm picturesque. I can see you going after what's yours. You see what I'm saying? That space of
Yeah.
being undenied. And when you listen to the backstory, we listen to your story, then this, whether they heard the story or know the story or not, they don't. This right here is something out of this world, right here. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I'm looking for the video. Like, where the video at? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
I'm like,
And the
where is
thing
the
is, I
video?
want to shoot the video, but the idea I have is so major. And when
Mhm.
I can't make it come to fruition the way that I see it, I just don't even touch it because I don't want to destroy the song. So
Right, right, right.
yeah, that's a big budget right there.
Yeah, it's on the way. It's definitely on the way. It done happened already. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be in the background, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real. It's definitely, yes, 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 yes. Queen Kong. You
Awesome.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yes, yes, that's definitely everything you want to hear on a hip hop record. And
Thank you.
the versatility, the creativity, all of the everything. Like, yeah, yes, yes. When you want to be after your goals, when nothing is gonna stop you, no matter what, who, where, where. I'm coming for what's mine. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that real, like a real life. I'm really coming after everything that they said I couldn't have, or
Yeah.
nah, I'm undeniable. You see what I'm
That's
saying?
where
Let's
I'm
go.
at right now. The name of
I'm
the
in the
album is
jungles with
in
it.
my
Yeah.
bag. I'm in my bag
Yes.
with it right now.
Yes. I love that. I love that. I love that. Now you released two bomb mixtapes too. By the way, I went crazy. I went
Yeah.
on a deep dive. I was going nuts. I was gone. I
Oh
was
my
in the
gosh.
zone. Listening
You
to
was digging
everything.
way back.
Yes, yes. I was listening to everything that I could find, everything that was available, and just in my zone. So whether I was
Mhm.
over here or on Spotify or on YouTube, wherever it was, I wanted to immerse myself because the story's too rich. But everything ain't available, but everything is available if you're listening. If
Yeah.
you're listening, you hear it. I'm like, oh. Oh,
Exactly.
this,
And
oh,
you
this,
went back there, so you
ooh,
know
yeah. Yeah, I was like, ooh,
the
okay.
truth is there. Yeah. All of
Yeah,
those things.
definitely a epic
But can
journey.
you tell there's been a lot of growth since then?
Yes,
There's, yeah.
yes.
Thank you.
So when you said don't play with me, I heard the picture is like, wow, yeah, all right. Yeah, because it's real. It get real, real. Mm.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, those two
So now
mixtapes, that
this
was like
little,
when I was just rapping to be rapping.
it
Rapping.
was getting there. It was getting
Yeah.
there. Wrapping people up in the
Young
box
me.
and say,
Yeah,
here you go.
yeah, yeah. Young
Wrapping up
me.
microphones, like, here you go. You put this in this casket right here. It's dead. I killed it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, yes, yes.
That is
So
funny.
now I gotta be a little nosy, a tiny bit nosy. Like
Mhm.
just a tiny bit. Not real nosy, just a tiny tad, like a
Okay.
little
What's up?
smidgen of nosy. This my favorite episode on Martin is when they tell the story on how they met. So Martin tells his version, Gina tells his version, the friends is there, they got their version, and then we see the truth at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So uh you and Mister, if I could get a tiny little bit, and how did you prepare yourself to love and to be loved in that way?
Well, let's see. We met. We already knew each other, like in school, but he was, with the cool ones, and I wasn't. So he wasn't even my type. But my first apartment was next door to him. And so we started being friends and cool with each other. And he knew my baby daddy, and I knew his baby mama, all this. And I think the most important part of us being together was the friendship that we already had because we know each other. Like, you want to play games? I already know you playing games. Like, we can't do that with each other. So when we reconnected, it was crazy. Like during the birth of Facebook and all that, he hit me up and he's like, "Oh, I'm in Seattle all the time working." And, I was on my single mama stuff. And I'm like, I don't want no dude around my kids, whatever. But they see him in the picture book. So they knew, like, that's my friend, used to stay next door. Oh, he's coming to visit us. So he would come visit and we go out or cook or whatever the case may be. He got cool with the kids. And I'm like, this is crazy. I never even thought I would see him again. Like, that's so crazy. One day, shoot, one of them trips turned into, I don't want to just be friends no more and we need to be together or something. Okay, so now we're going to have this long distance relationship. Okay, I'll try that. You my friend. It's cool. I'm not trying to date anyway. So this my friend. This always in my mind. This my friend. Year goes by, so now he want to move out here. And I'm like, hold on though. He like, what? The kids, we cool, everything, da 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 da. I'm like, but dude, you was a whole dude. Like, this is like, this wasn't in the plan. But, when you look at things, God has a way of doing things. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this love thing. I'm good with me. I'm good with the kids. I did everything I said I was going to do. And I was just kind of like on my F love type thing. But I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. We cool. We ain't never had no arguments, nothing like that. Getting with him, it was, challenging at first because then you getting to know each other in a relationship while you're raising kids, while you're doing all these things. And, I'm always protective of them. So I'm on my P's and Q's all the time. So when I notice things with him, it's like we could talk about anything because we're friends. I'm going to always have your best interests at heart. I feel the same about you. So it's going to work regardless. Just be honest with me, communicate. And that's been the key to everything. When I tell you everything, if you can't talk to your person about anything, it's not going to work. You got to hide. If you got to keep stuff from them and can't be yourself, it's not real. So I think that's the thing that has been holding things together. Even when I get mad, I still be like, I'm single this week. You pop off one time. He like, okay, yeah, she on that, today or tomorrow, whatever. But he knows that he doesn't have to take that to heart or it's like the end of nothing. Because that friendship is the foundation that holds it all together. So I don't know if you saw or not, but we ended up having our little fairy tale horse and carriage and all that stuff. And it's crazy because our families know each other. Like my mom and I'm sorry, my godmother and his grandma owned a beauty shop together. So it's like all the people that we knew, to see them at our wedding and our picnic and all that. We know like it's meant to be. And people don't even take us serious, like, oh, I'm mad at her. I'm mad at him. Oh, y'all, shut up. Shut up. Sure. Okay, yeah. They don't even take us serious. So we here. We ain't going nowhere.
That felt like a little pursuit of happiness moment for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at
Really?
it. You remember that part at the end when he said, I figure I wear a suit today, blah, blah, blah. He said, wear one tomorrow. I'm like, man, you understand? Like, so it's nothing like seeing black love and then seeing successful, then seeing winning together, then seeing okay, these are the forces in my life now that are
Yeah.
there, that are staples that are helping to propel me forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful to see. Y'all are amazing as a unit. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all are
Thank
amazing
you.
as a unit. So I love seeing y'all win. And I don't think we have enough visual expressions of black love in that manner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have black love, but it got to come with some strings and some drama and some
Right.
trauma and some turmoil. And you like, if that's what that is, I don't want that.
Right.
I don't want that. So I think some of these things are done intentionally to distort a legacy, and if more of the true stories, real stories, the love
Yeah.
stories are truly told, I think it'd be more infectious than some of this other stuff we got out here.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love that for both of y'all.
Thank
All
you.
of the bless, all of the love, all of the legacy, all of the dynasty being built, and it propels you to do greater works when you're in
Yeah.
that space.
It does.
I love
The
that.
support, the love, it all helps everything
Mhm.
on one accord.
That's it. On the court. So what's next for you that you can share with us?
What's next? Well, next month, August 9th, I'll be dropping a new single called Elevation, which is kind of like Two Face. It's that real stuff coming. You know, with elevation comes elimination. Everybody can't go. It's levels to this. That's the hook. So that drops on the 9th, and a video is going to come along with that. So I'm always, very secretive when I'm doing videos, but I thought I'd share that. And the album is set for some time in November, is all I can say. So working hard, making some moves behind the scenes, and looking forward to the drop.
November. Okay.
Yeah,
You ain't
gonna do
telling
November.
nobody about the video. Mind your business about the video. Mind your business about the album, but it's on the way.
Yeah,
Okay? I'm feeling that. Definitely feeling that right there.
yeah. So I'm excited. Another thing I wanted to share on the album, I have a song, Can't Fold, with Kid from Young Money. So I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he blessed my track, and that is like one of my favorite songs on the album. So people always like, you don't do features and da 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 da. So I have a feature on the album. You still there, or we get disconnected?
what the world coming to. 200 bosses on this street, I'm spoken to. I'm a foreign demon, so y'all don't know what I'm going through. Too many fake niggas out here, what the world coming to, yeah. Too many fake bosses, little niggas speak, much spoken to, yeah. I'm a fine demon lately, so y'all don't know what I've been going through, yeah. Too many fake niggas out here, what the world coming to, yeah. Too many fake bosses, little niggas speak, much spoken to, yeah. I'm a fine demon lately, so y'all don't know what I've been going through, yeah.
Being about that business. Hella folk can witness. Ran from all them people, but I never ran with snitches. You know, my mama proud, used to make us go get switches. We was young and wild, like our brain was having glitches. Moving on suspicious fools out here on that lick shit. That's why we keep them switches on the blick so we can flip shit. But on the contrary, I'ma bring the commentary. High spread for reaching for that bread and watching commentary. When you married to them streets, you thinking military. Watching family buried in the ground came hereditary. I was giving back my life, man, right off the chair. R.I.P. Soda P to G, man, my nigga Terry. I speak the truth, colder than the month of January. And all these suckers taking notes like they secretaries. It ain't no blemish on my name, I got a rep to carry. Ducking fake niggas in this game is very necessary.
Too many fake niggas out here, what the world coming to, yeah. Too many fake bosses, little niggas speak, much spoken to, yeah. I'm a fine demon lately, so y'all don't know what I've been going through, yeah. Too many fake niggas out here, what the world coming to, yeah. Too many fake bosses, little niggas speak, much spoken to, yeah. I'm a fine demon lately, so y'all don't know what I've been going through, yeah.
Been stepping in this thing, and yep, I walk it like I talk it though. Sick of all you goofies chasing clout on social media. I'm really in my bag though, really touching stacks, bruh. Twin turbo boots on that big beam, I all black. Don't let this good life fool you, everything came with a sacrifice. Where was you my hungry nights? Better yet, when I tried to take my life. Kids well fed, put to bed, but not me though. Too busy praying to God, starving, prepping my next move, stomach rumbling. But for them, I do it again. Lay down my whole life, cause in the end, I know I'm still gon' win. Y'all be on that demon time. God watching me and mine. Walking through this darkness, it's getting hard for me to see the light. But you know what? I'ma keep my head up while I'm stacking this bread up. Keep on shaking they spirit, spitting this truth. I know they fed up. Yeah, got they mind blown. Always been a real one. I just keep it all the way real. Been too real for
Too many fake niggas out here, what the world coming to, yeah. Too many fake bosses, little niggas speak, much spoken to, yeah. I'm a fine demon lately, so y'all don't know what I've been going through, yeah. Too many fake niggas out here, what the world coming to, yeah. Too many fake bosses, little niggas speak, much spoken to, yeah. I'm a fine demon lately, so y'all don't know what I've been going through, yeah.